Leica EV1. All the influencers are telling you that this is evolution. And yes, it's evolution, but in a way, because they've missed some points there, very, very important points. And I'm really shocked that the influencers are not telling you about this. So let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. I have here a Leica MP240 rangefinder camera from Leica, and I'm really loving it a lot. I really love it a lot, and I really do love this model a lot because of the colors that this MP240 is bringing to the table. Really loving the vintage look, the hectare look, the JPEGs, but also the raw files, the color, it's something out of this world. And also the rendering, it's out of this world, and everything with a Leica. But this is a rangefinder camera, and yes, with rangefinder you have problems, and Leica, it is right here, and also the influencers are right here that a rangefinder, it's also a nice thing to shoot, but also it's bringing problem when it comes to different lenses, when it comes to taking care of the camera. And now Leica decided to eliminate the rangefinder and put an electronical viewfinder on the Leica M-EV1. Well, I really salute this evolution, and I'm really liking how Leica M-EV1 is looking. It's looking great. It's a Leica M. It takes M lenses. This is a huge advantage without an adapter. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the evolution of this camera. And this is the EVF plus the manual focusing assists that are on Leica M-EV1. Well, you have an EVF, okay, great that you have there an EVF. I understand that it's not their best EVF, but let's say this isn't still a problem. Some are saying that Leica EV1, it's a Leica Q3 that takes lenses. Leica Q3 first, it has an AF system. Leica Q3 has autofocus. Leica Q3 has a tilt screen. So this doesn't have autofocus and this doesn't have a tilt screen. But let me underline the manual focusing assist there. So you will remove the rangefinder patch and the rangefinder mechanism from your Leica. And then you will remain with what to get focus. With what? What kind of experience you'll get? From what it seems, you'll get the experience of using a Sony camera with your Leica M-EVF, your Leica M-EV1. So the Leica M-EV1 EVF, it has just focus picking and punch in zoom. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? This you are calling evolution. Okay, if you live under a rock, probably you don't know that we have all kinds of manual focus assist on different cameras that are much better than focus picking and also then focus magnify. So what are these best options, and let's see why Leica didn't include them. First, I will start with this old camera. Leica, you didn't heard about Fujifilm X Pro 3. Influencers, you didn't heard about Fujifilm X Pro 3. Here you have an optical viewfinder. Here you have an electronical patch finder, and also here you have an EVF. So basically, you still keep the optical viewfinder, plus also you have an EVF. Also, you have all kinds of manual focus assist here, like red picking, white picking, digital split image, zoom image, and also you have an electronical patch finder. Leica could have included that electronical patch finder, so it's a little small window, electronic, that it's popping in the corner of the EVF, and you'll be able to see the entire image or a magnified portion of your image in the small right corner by keeping the optical viewfinder. So keeping the optical viewfinder, you can see the entire image or a magnified part of that image, depending on where you set the point on your optical viewfinder. And this is such an old camera. Also, there is X Pro 2, X Pro 1, X106, Fujifilm X100V. Didn't the influencers use once in their lifetime a camera like this? They don't know about this focusing mechanism and about this evolution that we have on Fujifilm X Pro 3. But let's say, okay, no problem. They realize that they can't put an optical viewfinder because you don't have exactly frame lines and you'll go just with an EVF. Okay, we have solutions also here. So let's start first with this Fujifilm X-T3, and also this future it is on Fujifilm X-T5 and probably on other X-T cameras. Basically, you can have two screens in your EVF. So you can have a big screen plus on the right a small screen that is magnified in your image. So look here, you are able to see a true manual focusing assist mechanism. Why this isn't on Leica EV1? Why is this called an evolution when you have just the focus assisting that you have on a Sony A7C-R? Next, should I talk about Nikon ZF? When we are talking about manual focus assist and setting up lenses, manual lenses, so this is a heaven for manual lenses. You can also set the aperture in camera, keeping the EXIF data of what lens you are using regarding aperture, shutter speed, name of the lens, and everything you may want to use. Plus also I would add that you can add an adapter that is making from Leica M lenses autofocusing lenses. But let's not enter into these details. But I want to underline that here you have better manual focusing options like punch in IAF, so you can focus on your subject and the camera is detecting the eye, and also you have a green square that will confirm focus. So what we are talking here? We are talking about lots of manual focusing assist options that will be a great touch if they will be on the Leica M-EV1. But on Leica M-EV1, you are limited. You are limited to just Sony A7C-R manual focus assist options. And none of these influencers are telling you about the other manual focusing assist options that are on other cameras, how I've showed you. So from my point of view, if you want to call this an evolution, I really do think that you really should have included in the manual focus assist options the dual screen from Fujifilm X-T3 and X-T5, and also the options that are on Nikon ZF regarding eye detect and features like this. I would not go even to the Nikon ZF options. Just the Fujifilm X-T3 and X-T5 dual screens will have kept the rangefinder feeling when it comes to shooting a Leica. And I'm really liking that years ago I've made a video where I've said that Fujifilm is offering you the rangefinder experience, and the Leica purists criticized me saying that no, if you don't shoot a Leica you don't have a rangefinder experience. And it seems that Leica doesn't agree with this anymore. So with the Leica M-EV1 I do feel that lots of influencers are telling you that you still have a Leica M experience even if it's not a rangefinder experience and so on. And it's not a rangefinder experience because, again, you didn't include the manual focusing options that are on Fujifilm X-T5, X Pro 3 and Nikon ZF. If you have put them in the EVF, then you will have kept the rangefinder experience. So I really think this is a bummer. By the way, if you want to make better photos, you must know that it's not about the gear. It's about composition. It's about light. It's about seeing with your eyes and pre-visualizing the picture. So for this, I've recently launched a course with my techniques to get better pictures. So if you want to learn to make better pictures and especially composition, why not join my Photography Academy? To get access to my course, you must be subscribed to my channel and join my membership Photography Academy level. When you'll have that level, you'll have access to my street photography composition course, where I show you how I am making the pictures and where I teach you how to make the same picture. So I'm telling you why a picture is good and why it's working and why I've decided to keep it in color or to keep it in black. So you learn lots of tips and techniques if you are joining the membership program. And more than that, joining my membership, it means that any premium course that I will launch, you'll have access to it. So join now my TM Photography Academy by subscribing to my channel and hit the join button from YouTube. I was seeing comments online and some users said that no, Leica will update the firmware. Leica will update the firmware, like Sony is updating the firmware, like Fujifilm is updating the firmware. And I can't say this about Nikon because nowadays Nikon Z, they are really updating their firmware. So no, Leica will not update their firmware, including this manual focus assist options. I'm betting on this. They will not update the firmware. Probably in the Leica M-EV2, they will include this manual focus options and so on. But other than that, yes, I do feel that it's a great move and I do feel that it's a great evolution. But other than that, I do feel that it's a marketing move on the long term to sell nowadays a Leica M looking camera with the manual focus assist that are on a Sony A7C-R camera without IBIS. So what you'll get? You'll get a $9,000 cameras with crippled manual focusing assist options that will look like a Leica rangefinder camera, but you will not have the rangefinder. And I'm telling you, the rangefinder, it is much better system than focus picking and focus magnifying. I'm really not liking at all the focus magnifying option when it comes to street photography and when it comes to fast photography. When it comes to fast photography, the page finder is doing a great job, and also the dual screen that you have on Fujifilm X-T3 and X-T5, also they are doing a great job. Plus the Fujifilm X Pro 3 small patch finder, also that electronical patch finder plus the optical viewfinder are doing a similar job like a rangefinder. So this is my idea. The focus picking on Leica M-EV1 plus the focus magnifying options will not assure you a nice pleasing focusing experience. Yes, I do think that it's an evolution, but it's a part-time evolution. It's a partial evolution. They really needed to include better manual focusing assist on that EVF. If they will do this, I'll totally go to a Leica M-EV1 or EV2 or EV3 when they will include this. Because yes, if you have those manual focusing assist options included in your EVF, then there is another story. But other than that, you basically have a Sony a7CR without IBIS and with just focus picking and focus magnifying. Yes, you can use, of course, different lenses that in general you don't use with a page finder camera, but also remember that here you have a screen that is doing the job, a screen that is offering you punch in zoom, a screen that is offering you focus picking. So where is the evolution? Yes, the evolution, it will be, how I've said, when they will include those manual focusing options that are on Fujifilm X-T3, X-T5, X Pro C and Nikon ZF. Then we can talk about the evolution, and yes, it will be a more practical M camera from my point of view than a rangefinder camera. And why is that? Because you can get rid of the rangefinder mechanism that can break in time and you need to calibrate it, and you'll have a more powerful M camera that will work with lots of different lenses. So yes, I do salute this move, but this is a very limited move. And why I say it's a marketing move? Because companies are thinking in years. So probably they are already planning for Leica M-EV Mark II, where they will include more focusing options, probably IBIS and other cool stuff. And after 2 years or 3 years, you'll need to upgrade your EV1 because you don't have those manual focusing assist options that will be on EV1 Mark II. So anyway, this is my take on Leica M, and I don't have nothing with the Leica M system, and I really like the Leica M system and what Leica is doing, but this is a very limited move like Sony did with Sony Ericsson R Mark III, where they didn't include the tilt screen, especially for releasing Sony Ericsson Mark IV after 3, 5, 2 years, depending on when they will want to release the Mark IV. So they are playing marketing games with us. Anyway, this is my take on Leica M system. I really love the Leica M system, and I do salute the move, but it's a very limited and crippled move regarding the manual focus assist that are on the Leica M EVF. Now, if you are liking content like this, please subscribe now to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter for more photography tips and tricks. Leave me your comments, like this video, share this video, and what is free and is helping this channel to grow, it is to watch my next videos. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.